All right, welcome back to Scouching's 2022 NHL Draft Recap Series. Today, we are looking at, again, another one of these teams where you look at who they draft and you go, okay, this is what they want to be. And again, a lot of the teams that are doing this are all chasing the same type of player. I watched Adam Sikora a lot this year, and I really like him. I am stunned he was available at 63rd. I thought someone would take a chance on him, or not even take a chance on him, just pick him well ahead of this based on how he plays and how some teams are really looking for guys like Sikora. Hardworking, underrated skill, great defensive player as well, almost a 2023 eligible. And just, I had him ranked in my top 40. I was really, really surprised to see him go as late as he went, even after being the youngest player to, I think, ever score a World Championship goal, if I'm not mistaken, which is pretty good. It's not incredible, but like that's an achievement, right? And he deserved to get the chance, and he showed pretty well there from what I saw of him in that tournament. So yeah, 63, that's already a win. Great pickup there. Bryce McConnell-Barker at 97. Maybe there's a chance that he pops in the OHL next year, and just the things I was seeing this year just weren't there, or the things that are going to help him get to that point where he pops off just weren't there this year. I don't know. I didn't see much of McConnell-Barker that I really liked. He's mobile, and I think he anticipates space pretty well, filling empty space and anticipating loose pucks and everything pretty well. But I just didn't see much else, honestly, with McConnell-Barker. And I know some people really liked him. I know there was rumors of him maybe being a top 2-round guy going into the season. Him and Panofimos are two guys where I watched them play this year, and I'm going, I don't really see what the hoopla is about here. But that's okay. At 97, maybe they could have done better. I wouldn't have gone that direction, but who knows. Noah Laba at 111. It's interesting. He's pretty young for a re-entry. I think it's going to be interesting to see him over the next little while. He didn't score a ton, and he did have a ton of penalty minutes, but I think there's a case here of some skill and creativity that I think flies under the radar. The question will be, is it enough? I think he'll get plenty of chances to play and produce over the next few years in college. And if his style of play remains somewhat similar, but improves things to maybe get a little more deceptive, a little quicker on his feet, a little more physically intense with the puck, I could see a future for Noah Laba here. I honestly didn't expect much watching him. I wouldn't have drafted him this high, but this is a guy where if his name came up as a late round flyer and I saw what I had seen since he was drafted, if you want a big, hard-nosed player, I think other teams did a lot worse than the Rangers. So we'll see what happens with Laba, but I was pleasantly impressed with that pick. And we'll see what happens with him. And they took a member of Team Scouching who's been there since 2020 at 159, and Victor Mancini. I think Victor Mancini, I think New York's done their homework on this. I watched him with Nebraska Omaha this season when he was there as a freshman. I really think that he was better than the amount of ice time he got. Moving the puck is still an issue for him 2 years later. But he's really mobile and a good defense-first guy. He can get physical. He's got size. He's got range. A lot of people say I don't like kids with size. Victor Mancini's not small whatsoever, and I really, really like him. So for the Rangers, I see what they've done with a guy like Ryan Lindgren over the years, and it's taken a while to get there. With Victor Mancini, if his puck movement can get a little bit better and identifying targets and executing on his options just a little more crisply, I guess you could say, if that's a word. Is that even a word, crisply? With more crispiness, then I think there could be something there. I like Mancini a lot, and I'm really, really happy he finally got drafted because I feel like he's deserved it after the last couple of years. Maxim Barbashev at 161. I kind of like this one. It's more of the late round swing type of pick that I'd be more open to. He brings deception and skill to the game for sure. I think he's got timed passes that are timed very, very well. He's got a strong view of the ice, knows where to send passes and when. Those passes can also come at unexpected times. I think he anticipates play quite well, similar to Laba. But I think things also like Laba just have to get better. He has to take what he's good at and get better. More agility, more quickness, a better finishing ability. I think there's a ways to go to play his style in the NHL, but I think it's a fine late round pickup to bet on. At 191, they took Zach Karpa. I don't know. It's the 7th round. He's 20. He wasn't hugely productive as a freshman in a pretty weak Ivy League conference. He's got some skill. I think he needs to be stronger in the puck under pressure, and I don't think he's a great one-on-one problem solver. But again, he's one of these guys that gets to the net. He can navigate ice laterally decently for a big guy. He's got decent breakout speed. my expectations are pretty limited, but you never know. It's a college kid. You leave him in college for a little while. You see where you're at. But I thought the Rangers did pretty well. I thought Sikora was a great pick at 63. Even if he's not maybe a top 6 forward in the NHL, I think he'll be a really good sort of third liner. And they've got an interesting project in McConnell Barker, and maybe Laba would have been a target of mine later in the draft like Barbashev, but I kind of like the pickups of Laba, Mancini, and Barbashev. So all things being considered, when I look at my leaderboard, I see their draft and it's really hard. I feel like they sit somewhere between Nashville and Vancouver. Maybe I wake up half the week and think that they are, maybe I wake up half the week and think they're a 2B. Maybe I wake up half the week and think they're a 2C. But I'll put them in the 2C. I don't think I liked them. Maybe I didn't like them quite as much as even Anaheim, but Anaheim did draft higher and more often higher. But we'll put them in here. Again, we're getting really, really close here between these teams here. But I thought the Rangers, considering they didn't have a pick in the top 60 and they still landed Adam Sikora. I'm obviously biased as well. They took a guy off of team Scouching that I already had there. So teams that do that just obviously will get a push. But I thought they did really well, all things being considered. A strong 2C, maybe a 2B on a good day, but a strong 2C. So that's going to be it for this one. The next one is going to be the Chicago Blackhawks, and they drafted often, so strap in for that one. And we're getting to the end. We're down to the final 3, so we'll see you for those.